So Dusty, we get asked all the time, people get in the business, they start off with zero, right? How can someone go from zero to, making $100,000 in their first year? Because it is possible, we've seen it, happens, right?
Yeah.
Not that many people, not percentage-wise, but what does it take to have somebody make $100,000 in their first year of real estate in North Atlanta or Georgia?
Well, I think just as much as I do, it's going to start out up here, and that's something that you can't, I don't know. I think over the past 10 years, I've thought about how you can make somebody want it. I mean, the truth is the business is not easy. It's a 100% commission-based sales gig, right? It is a sales business. And so if you don't have enough of a why or motivation behind what you're doing, because things are gonna get hard, you're gonna face rejection, you're gonna feel not confident, inadequate, and that's all part of the learning process, right? So if you don't have something behind you that is pushing you through those challenging spots, it's not that it's a non-starter, and I have watched, and you've probably watched people maybe waffle in the beginning and gain confidence over time. You don't have to show up with the why, but you're gonna probably need it at some point. You could find out what it is in maybe like a couple of years or something like that.
Yeah. Some people make it, some people don't. Real estate has an 85% failure rate in the first 3 years, meaning 85% of the people that get their license in 3 years are not going to be in the business, and that just blows my mind. I've seen in 28 years of running this company, I've seen the best talented people come in that had phenomenal careers outside the real estate industry come in and absolutely flop in real estate. And I've seen some people that had no business experience come in and absolutely flourish and crush it. And I sit there and scratch my head. Sometimes you don't know. You can interview somebody, they could interview great, and you go, man, that person's gonna crush it, and then they just absolutely do nothing. And vice versa. But, like Dusty said, it's the grind, it's the hustle. You're willing to do what you gotta do. It is a sales business, and I see a lot of people, I'll say this and you'll probably laugh. You see people go, I like homes, and I like people.
I'm a matchmaker.
I'm gonna be a great realtor.
I'm gonna match make.
And if I said,
I like architecture.
What's the number one answer when we go, how much do you need to make how much you want to make your first year? What's the number one answer?
$100,000.
$100,000.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Well, I asked the question, what do you need to make? What happens, what's the number that if you don't make it, sirens are going off? And then what's the number that you want to make? And what do we know about humans? They typically fall down towards their standards, right? What do I actually have to make? And so the cool thing is about this business is everybody else that's attached to the commission sales side of things gets to make decisions on what they want to go earn, right? And it can fluctuate over the course of time. I love the business because the ceiling's high. It doesn't feel like I am, doing the same thing day in and day out. There is some of that. There is some doing the same thing day in and day out, but it is also cool because markets change over time. Our messaging changes. I don't feel like it's Groundhog's Day over and over again.
Yeah. And every 6 months I've found the business changes enough that there's always something new to learn or deal with or, obstacle in the way. Every 6 months you kind of get a new evolution of something coming in. Let's talk about some of the people that have been really making it that you go, hey, Travis. This guy came from, Dusty's known him a long time, and he was in the, I'd say beverage sales, right?
Yeah, Travis is one of my best friends across time. Known him since 4th grade. We were best men in each other's weddings. And so Travis was always gifted, smart in all the advanced classes and stuff and he wound up selling knives at Cutco, in high school, and then started.
I forgot about that.
He's a Cutco guy.
I forgot that. That's interesting.
And then got into wine and liquor sales through a distributor company through here. And Travis is a great sales guy, but he was also hitting the top end of what the top earners made around him, right? Took a lot of courage, a lot of fortitude. He's the only income earner for his family, was making a certain amount. He's got a kid and made the full, hey, just put everything on the table, went all in and came over here. In his first year did 10 million in sales, right?
And hold on.
Yeah.
10 million in sales in the first year of doing the business is freaking nuts.
So there's some things to consider there. One, we think the elite team Scaffolding here was able to help him. I'm confident that Travis wouldn't have sold 10 million elsewhere. And I don't mean that as a jab towards Travis. Travis is a really good sales guy. He's going to keep getting better and better and better at what he's doing. It's both sides, right? We had the scaffolding on lead flow, tech stacks, coaching, structure, accountability, all that. And I know there's a lot of people out there that talk about having that, but we are really investing a lot of time and money into having something that's keeping up with today's fast-moving technology out there too.
And yeah, Iddy came from Las Vegas, who she was doing good in real estate over there, came to Atlanta, didn't have a sphere of influence, and actually was in with another brokerage and was doing about, I don't know, $3 million in production. And she came over here and put things in place, did some chasing of leads, did some of her own call outs, and she just crossed the line, 12 months, over 10 million in sales.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
The shift, I think, and look, she almost left. She almost left to go to new home sales, and she was going to be driving an hour one way to go do it, right?
Yep.
Nothing wrong with new home sales, nothing wrong with 9-to-5s, but Iddy, I just knew enough about her story to go, I'm going to go awkwardly call that builder, and I packaged up a recruiting list of agents that would be a good match for that builder, and actually called him and said, hey, we're gonna keep Iddy.
We're gonna help you out.
Here, I'm gonna do you a favor, and here's a targeted list of agents. Again, this is tech that we use that are close by, that are good salespeople, that might be a better fit for what you're looking at. So I helped out the builder, able to keep Iddy, and I'm impressed with my own line of thinking on that one. And then Iddy's just been tearing it up. I don't know what the shift has been. I know she's been spending more time with you coaching. What do you think's been going on with Iddy's headspace?
Oh, Iddy is, that's just a combination of her willing to put in the grunt work and everything consistently over time.
Yeah.
And still goes through the stuff where it's like, hey, you reach little burnout points. She's backed off when she felt like she was getting a little too much going on, stresses and stuff, and did a little mental break, and then got back into the stuff that you got to do to produce at a high level consistently over time. Hey, here's the bottom line. Travis, Iddy, the combination that works well is they're doing the things that others aren't, which is making
phone calls, contacts, making contacts. Yeah.
Each and every day that they're working, and they understand it's a sales job.
Yeah.
Right? So we've also got a new guy that came over here that's his first year being in the business, 19 years old.
Oh, Julian,
but also walked in here just a minute ago.
Oh, Riley. Is Riley 19?
Riley's 19. This is what they just said. But no, Riley's one where it's like I'm watching him. He's in here 8 in the morning, making the calls, making the contacts, and had his first closing, right, in a quick amount of time. So it's like watching people like this put things together. The number one thing that people need to understand when they're getting their real estate license, it is you've got to be willing to pick up the phone and make the contacts. Give a shout out to Greg Harrelson, because it's not the number of calls you make, it's the number of
contacts.
Yeah. You can make 200 calls in a day, not talk to anybody. That didn't do your business a lick of good. But if you focus on, hey, I need to make this many contacts, and do it in a highly professional way and sound really good and professional when I call those people, everything, the skill sets have to be increased. And you know what, here's the deal. It used to be where our barrier to entry in this industry, it's always been low.
Yep.
And it used to be the barrier to stay in the business was also low. You didn't have to do all these things. Today, we're seeing these companies get in, so the barrier to stay in the business is actually increasing significantly. Am I boring you with that?
No, I have 3 children.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have 3 kids, and I could always use an extra hour of sleep.
Hold on, you're a good example. You spent a year in this business and didn't do jack crap. I mean, no offense, but that's true. You sucked in your first year.
It hurts a little bit right now. Look,
your story is great.
Yeah.
A year, you worked. It's not like you came in here. I saw you working, but it just wasn't connecting.
You sucked at new home sales, right? So we both sucked in the beginning. And it's like I said yesterday, going through the awkward teenage phase, everybody's got to go through it. I mean, there just aren't a lot of people that walk in the door and they're like, hey, I got my license, and now I'm going to go just absolutely murder it this year. It happens from time to time. I mean, I'd say Jack is probably a good example of that, but Jack also went to go, Jack's one of our top producing agents here on the team, but he went to go drive around and he went to go chase a bunch of leads that most agents would not want to go touch with a 10-foot pole. Yeah. So he had the right attitude to go work for it, right? I think you can mess up on both sides of the spectrum here, but Riley had also said part of result being a good fit for him was being around some of the like-minded individuals and being in close physical proximity. He's actually in the office, right? That's something he wasn't getting at other brokerages like EXP or some of the virtual setups over there. And that's not a knock. I think there is a benefit, I think, to isolating yourself to go do some like in the business work from time to time. Like there are some agents that will mess up by there's too much water cooler talk, they're goofing off at the office, they went to the office but they're not doing anything. And then there's some people that need to get off their ass, put some real clothes on and come into the office. And I don't know what that is for every single person on our roster over here, but the cool thing about the way that we're set up is we've got sticks and bricks, but we also have a really good virtual scaffolding over it for people that want to plug in.
Yeah, I believe this. You know what? The brokerages that are out there that are large, that are having, that internet, the technology type view, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just a function of who's the closest person to you that's going to help you get what you need, which is coaching and accountability to get somebody through that first year being in the business. $100,000 does seem to be the number one answer we get when we ask, what do you need to make or what do you want to make? But the people aren't used to putting in the work to get to that point. If you have somebody that's close to you, regardless of the brokerage, that can help you with that, that's the main number one thing that will help people be pushed through. We see a lot of people getting in the business, we see a lot of people failing. The thing that drives me in this business is really helping the people that are wanting to be helped, that are coachable, and that are willing to go out there and drive those distances to find enough of the contacts to fill their pipeline, if you will. And it's the drive to learn more and get better will always outperform long run the person who has the best skill set to begin with. Drive will help you get beyond the person with just the skill set that doesn't have the drive.
Yeah. And look, in the beginning of my career, I was trying to part-time it. I didn't know any better. I did not know any better. So I was trying to do a couple of deals here and there as a part-time agent. And I think it's weird that we look at real estate agents and go well, that's an appropriate industry for people to just kind of part-time and put together deals here and there. Terry, are there some people that make enough money part-time for it to make it work?
Some.
Very few, right? It happens, but man, there's reasons those outliers exist. They're either tied in, there's a network, whatever it might be. It just doesn't work out for most people. You probably wouldn't feel super confident in your contractor that's working on your house if you learned they did it 25% of their week for, if they were hey, actually, I'm a doctor too. And you're oh, this feels weird. So it's kind of strange. Then there's nothing wrong with people that decide to go part-time. We opt not to have part-time agents on our team because there's so much getting thrown at them at once that the likelihood they're going to be able to do well at it is low.
Greatly diminished. If 85% of agents fail in the first 3 years, a higher percentage of the ones that try to do it part-time it increases dramatically. So Dusty, I think we both agree on this. The main number one thing that somebody needs to have, it doesn't mean that they're going to succeed, but if you have a great amount of drive and you know that it's a business and you're willing to put on your sales skills hat, you will be able to make it. But then the question is, are you aligned with somebody or something that's going to help get you the coaching and infrastructure to help you accelerate beyond where you would, on your own, 100%. And that's part of the game. I'm not saying, hey, you got to come to our company. I'm saying, if you're new getting into real estate, make sure that there's somebody there, something that's going to help you beyond just you yourself going out there and trying to take it on yourself, 100%. What would you say? And then we'll wrap it up.
If you ask somebody, hey, are you coachable?
Oh, everybody's gonna go yes.
Everybody says yes. It would be weird for someone to be nope. Especially they'd be I'm not coachable.
Never thought about that, Dustin.
You're all right. So everybody's gonna say it. Is everybody coachable?
Nope.
Not everybody's coachable. And it's what's challenging about being coachable. You have to kill your ego a little bit and basically admit that you don't know everything, and that your way might not be the best way to go do it. And it also puts you in a position of I need help. I need to go find somebody to go ask for help. So it hits on a lot of different internal mechanisms for humans. My ego, I've got to ask for help. Maybe I don't know the best way to go, to walk through some of this stuff. But if you can get there and you can stay there and understand that's the key to actual long-term, it's a big key to long-term growth. I think somebody's gonna just be like ignited on fire. If I went to your brand new, I'm like, Terry, I swear to you, this is the blueprint. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but this is the exact thing that you have to do to get better and to get a bunch of sales under your belt and to grow your business. And you're like, if your whole brain was like, I'm going to do it 100% across, by the book, we both know you're gonna make a lot of money and have a great time. And the people that work with you are gonna have a great time. And you're just gonna have more and more opportunities that happen because of it, because you were actually coachable. So that's what I think. You gotta be committed, you gotta be coachable, you have to have a big why. Everything else is not super complicated. It's weird and awkward.
And the business is not easy, it just gets easier the more effort you put into it.
Yeah, it's not like, God, please let my problems go away from me. It's like, God, please let me be able to carry more weight of problems. Let me be stronger in face of problems instead of let my problems go away. That's probably what it is. And I think you start learning like what's an actual dumpster fire and what's gonna blow over in like, a couple of hours, and what's, there's a lot more emotional maturity stuff involved in this than people let on to a lot of the time.
So hey, if you're thinking about getting your real estate license, or you want to have further dialogue or questions, or if there's a topic that you'd like us to cover, just hit the subscribe button below.
Interested in learning more? We typically huddle by the dumpster in the back of the parking lot at 5 a.m. Saturday mornings.
And shoot us a DM and let us know a topic that you'd like to hear. And we're here to help you. But the main thing is, if you like what you're getting, follow us. Let us be a source for you, and let us help you in your real estate needs, whatever they are.